You can file this clip under something you don't see every day. It shows a pilot for Southwest Airlines, David Alsop, getting arrested for pretty much the last thing you'd want, at least if you were a passenger: DUI. Apparently, a TSA agent noticed that Mr. Alsop appeared intoxicated during the routine crew screening. They also claimed that they were able to smell alcohol on the man's breath.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
You doing okay?
Yeah, fine.
When was the last time you had something to drink?
Last night?
About how many hours ago?
Like 10 hours ago, at least.
How many drinks did you have?
Had a few beers. That's it.
Define a few beers.
A few beers.
Define a few beers.
Like 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you drink?
Light beer. Miller Lite.
Miller Lite?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Who were you with?
My FO.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to provide field sobriety with me right now?
No.
Why not?
There's no need.
Well, I can smell an odor consistent with an alcoholic beverage.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
These.
What is that?
Rose.
Do you have any fresh ones that haven't been in your mouth?
Yeah. Right in my bag.
Okay.
The police arrived just as the crew was conducting pre-flight checks and asked the pilot to come out and speak to them. Alsop claims that he hasn't had anything to drink since the night before. When pressed, he mentions he only had a few light beers. Then, the big question. Alsop declines to do a field sobriety test. When the officer says he can smell something, he blames it on some nicotine he had in his mouth.
Smells mini.
The officers are neither impressed nor convinced. To ensure that he doesn't taxi his plane into a runway pileup, they continue to evaluate him.
We have that. We have a couple of reasons. So we already have a report that says that it's possible there might be some inebriation. Someone who's texting smelled alcohol, and then they reported the guys. Who would have done that? I'm just telling you. We got the call. I can sense, or I have a smell of a adult beverage coming off of you. I don't know if it's coming out of your mouth or your skin. If it's coming out the pores, I get it. But we got to do our thing, so
Do I see him?
Would you do field sobriety?
Sure.
The officers explain that they've already had a report of him acting intoxicated, and he seems to be willing to cooperate. After asking if he seems drunk, Alsop agrees to do a sobriety test. Now, imagine you're on this plane, and you see the cops literally pull over your pilot and give him a DUI test. Luckily, the police are kind enough to take him to the boarding tunnel.
I'm gonna do the eyes first, just watch it, because obviously I know you're not certified, so like I have to do it, but just watch for clues and stuff. Because this would be a brand new uncharted territory.
Well, I've talked to the first officer also.
Yeah.
A couple times.
You guys want to talk to the flight attendants? They were there too.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll go ahead and do one second. Do you have an edict time or pushback?
Yeah.
You do?
We did. I don't have my phone, but I think my watch is dead, but it's like in a few minutes.
Well, this can go quickly, but just come real quick. Okay, so do you have any health issues? Anything? I'm sorry, you're a pilot, so you can't have any crazy health issues or any problems or anything. I noticed you wear contact or you got glasses.
I do.
Okay. So I'm just going to ask you to do it.
We just go away from the passengers.
Yeah.
Sure.
They start with the pen test, which the pilot seems suspiciously familiar with. It's possible this isn't his first sobriety test, which is even more troubling. Next, they ask him to take a series of heel-to-toe steps to check his balance.
What you're going to do is you're going to put your left foot or your right foot, whichever's more comfortable. I'm left-handed, so I'm using my right foot first. You're going to go heel-toe, and if you just take a step to the side really quick, you're just going to take a series of heel-toe steps and count out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you do that until you get to 10. Make sure you count out loud. Make sure you go heel-toe. Don't look down. Don't put your arms out for balance. Do you have any issues with that?
No problem.
Okay. All right, you ready?
Yep.
You may begin.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Can you turn around and go the other way?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Once they finish the tests, the officers retreat to confer. They agree that they noticed some wobbling and are now wondering whether or not the pilot will submit to a breathalyzer. This is uncharted territory for both of them. However, they need to ensure the pilot is sober before they let him fly. Otherwise, the passengers could end up in some uncharted territory of their own.
Being that there's not a sergeant on duty coming in, that's why I'm really... Can you come out here so I don't have to squeeze in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys work only at the airport?
Yes, ma'am.
I know that it's a long time. You still do an internship at the airport.
Going to the gate, they check out me like that.
I think in Dallas, some officers
Yes, sir. What's going on? So, my name's Corporal Vest. I'm the supervisor right now with the Airport Police Department. So, did you guys go out and have a few drinks last night?
I met here. We had a drink, yeah.
Okay. So, my problem is that right now, Sam, I'm talking to you, I don't smell anything coming off of you. I can smell a very strong odor, alcohol beverage coming off of him. And that's a huge issue, regardless in general, whether we were standing on the side of the road and Toyota Camry was right next to you, but it's an even bigger issue because there's what, probably 100 and...
There's not that many people. It doesn't matter. That's not the point, yeah.
But the issue is I can detect it, and so obviously I don't know where you guys are based out of, where the hub is, but with the FSD that I just put him through, he did exhibit signs of impairment on top of the other officer as well. So I'm going to make a phone call to my supervisor, but there's a very strong possibility, or a very strong probability that he's going to be taken shotgun in detention center for the willful intent to operate an aircraft while intoxicated. So if you need to start making some roll calls, then just go ahead and start doing it, okay?
They start to ask several people on the crew about what they got into the night before. To be fair, they were out in Savannah, Georgia, which is a pretty big party town. But as the officer points out, he can't smell any alcohol coming off the other employees, whereas the captain smells like he fell out of a brew wagon. Finally, they warn the other crew members that the captain is probably going to be going with them, so if he needs to make some calls, he had better start doing it now.
Alright, so do you have any personal belongings on the plane?
I do.
What do you have on there? Like just like your go bag and like a phone and everything?
Yeah.
Okay. So my issue is I'm trained in standardized field sobriety, and you've exhibited strong signs, and even after speaking with your first pilot, like the issue is, would you agree to a blood draw to test your blood alcohol content? No. Okay, well the issue is when you agreed to the field sobriety, you exhibited the symptoms, and if you're refusing to a blood draw, that's DUI list safe for the willful intention to operate a commercial aircraft.
Seriously?
Yes, sir.
How did I fail? I did everything.
The signs that you exhibited during those 3 tests, I'm able to articulate based off those and the odor coming off of your person. It's very consistent with DUI.
Okay. Well, yeah. So what do you want me to do?
So what's going to happen is if you don't agree to a blood draw, it'll be DUI less safe. You'll be booked into the Chatham County Detention Center, and we'll give you a phone call. You can, more than likely, because it's Tuesday, it's a weekday. But that's the route that we're going to have to take, unfortunately. Okay.
Okay. And if I did agree to a blood draw, then what?
I mean, it's a good part of the ongoing investigation. That it's like, I did my part, but it's like your blood is the non-negotiable. Like that'll prove whether or not it is what it is. So.
Okay. Yeah. Well.
But obviously, I can't coax you in it. You have your right. You said no. So based off that alone, and based off the field sobriety that you...
Even if I gave you blood, then nothing would change.
Okay.
Right?
That is your willful choice that you were willing to make, but based off the calls that we received stating that people down in TSA could smell what smelled like alcohol coming off of your breath, and they're not trained. I am trained in odor and alcohol impairment.
That's fine. I mean, nothing's going to change your mind. I didn't even talk to TSA today. I went to KCM.
It's operated by TSA.
Right. Okay.
They explained to the pilot that his tests and the odor coming off of him all seem to indicate that he's under the influence of alcohol. At this point, he can either agree to a blood draw or not, but at this point, it's pretty clear that he's going to jail. Oh, and he's probably going to be out of a job as the first known case of a fly UI. Allsop is being pretty cooperative, but that's probably because the full weight of what's happening hasn't really hit him yet. He grabs his stuff and is escorted out of the airport. Luckily, he's able to avoid the handcuffs, at least for now. The video has since gone viral, and Allsop did indeed lose his job with Southwest. However, he maintains that the only alcohol he consumed was roughly 10 hours before the flight time. What do you think? True or false?